Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Planet X News. This is Scott from the Nibiru channel. I'm going to be bringing you some information that was sent in to me today, and I'm finding it kind of odd that all of a sudden there is all of this talk and research and information actually being publicized by, I would call, token astronomers, people placed out there to divulge some of this information slowly, kind of like a pre-programming, because probably 95% of the world population doesn't know what a brown dwarf star is, but they're getting that word out there. Brown dwarf stars. So the article that we're going to look at real quick, it came out today, March 24th, 2017. And not only did this article come out, right below the article are several links. Kind of odd that all of the links that are provided at the bottom of this article all pertain to brown dwarfs. So let's just take a look at some of this because I found it very interesting. I really don't know what to think about it, but I did read the information. The headline states, astronomers identify purest, most massive brown dwarf star. And then once again, this is by Dr. Robert Massey. And naturally, you have the kind of reddish, rusty color, striped planetary object, spherical object, brown dwarf planet, whatever you want to call it. Artist's rendition, artist's impression. I wonder where they're getting these impressions. I wonder where all of these different artists come up with the same identical drawing. But anyways, just my thoughts. This article states that an international team of astronomers has identified a record-breaking brown dwarf, a star too small for nuclear fusion. That's what they're basing and identifying this object to be, the brown dwarfs. It states that it has the purest composition and the highest mass yet known. The object known as SDSSJ0104 plus 1535 is a member of the so-called halo, the outermost reaches of our galaxy, made up of the most ancient stars. The scientists report the discovery in monthly notices of the Royal Astronomical Society. So apparently, these guys found this massive brown dwarf star very, very far away. States here, located 750 light years away. I mean, can somebody even compute that? It states that it's made up of gas that is around 250 times purer than our sun. So consists of more than 99.9% hydrogen and helium. So apparently this object is very, very similar to our sun. It states that estimated to have formed about 10 billion years ago. Measurements also suggest it has a mass equivalent to 90 times that of Jupiter, making it the most massive brown dwarf found today. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why I'm bringing you this information is just to clearly show you that, yes, these objects do exist. Yes, they have been finding them for a very long time, at least going back into the early to mid 80s. But it's only been recently, over the last 10 years, and getting stronger in the last 5 years, is the investigation of these objects and actually finding them, having the technology to analyze them somewhat. But I just find it very hard to believe that they're looking at an object 750 light years away. Or is it closer? Or is this just, pre-programming, getting this information out, knowing that we'll report it in some way or another, thus putting the the terminology brown dwarf into your mind, like pre-programming. It's kind of weird. And the article goes on and on there for, a little bit of astronomer hyping about the individuals who found this object, reported on it. This almost reminds me of the infamous Planet 9 that was so publicized. They even gave the astronomer a whole hour segment on 60 Minutes to talk about a planet that's never been seen, they absolutely know nothing about, but yet they've plotted its orbit of 20,000 years. They know everything about it, but they've never seen it. So once again, I think this is one of those types of articles. Next thing you know, we'll see these astronomers on Dr. Phil or something. They'll be on some mainstream media news. You'll see. But what I found even more odd, moving down into the bottom of this article, I see another article dated for April 8th, 2016. And I'm going to be getting into some of these articles, and I'll put together some videos so you can see this information. The missing brown dwarfs. When reanalyzing cataloged and updated observational data of brown dwarfs in the solar neighborhood, astronomers from, and then we'll get into that. Next article, July 23rd, 2015, just shows up. Brown dwarfs. Stars share formation process. New study indicates. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that just about every astronomy class, college course, curriculum across the globe, and physics, astrophysics, I think that they are all and have been studying these objects for quite some time. I mean, what a better opportunity to have that many people researching one particular subject. Naturally, these universities get federal grants and money, and they go ahead and put together these research programs. As long as they are funded, the work will continue. And then they turn all of the information over to you-know-who. And then, only then, are they told, oh, okay, well, you can go out there and make a statement about these findings. Article that was below this one, June 27th, 2016. Fastest spinning brown dwarf star is detected by its bursts of radio waves. So, ladies and gentlemen, listen, you have these people in the comment sections of all of my videos and everybody else reporting on Planet X, brown dwarf stars in our solar system. And they pretty much tell you that it's a complete lie. Well, if it was such a lie, why are they spending probably hundreds of millions of dollars in research just to say that we found a brown dwarf star 750 light years away? I can't even compute that. Then the next article, April 6, 2016, physicist discovers rare brown dwarf, essential for testing theoretical models. Frank Friedman, professor of physics at the University of Notre Dame, prestigious top college. Just seems to me that the boys in blue over at NASA are too busy with other things, and all of this research naturally is being conducted elsewhere. Brown dwarfs hiding in plain sight in our solar neighborhood, September 6th, 2016. When I saw this article, well, that pretty well stunned me for a minute. Brown dwarfs hiding in plain sight in our solar neighborhood. Interesting. We'll be getting into each and every one of these articles here. We're going to go ahead and read them, pick them apart, see what type of information they are divulging. Because I find this very, very interesting. All of these articles coming out except for one, 2016. Just one article thrown in there from 2013. Very interesting. But ladies and gentlemen, what I'm really trying to show you is that they are doing research on this. They have been doing research on this for quite some time. There's absolutely no doubt that they know something. They know more than we'll ever know, more than they're telling. So once again, we're going to continue to pry into all of this information as much as we can possibly gather. And yes, there are the powers that be that are literally trying to shut you down in any possible way. Just earlier today, I received a copyright strike against my Nibiru Planet X channel, the one that's under threat right now. I received a copyright strike from an individual who claimed that the video footage belonged to them. It's kind of funny because back in June of 2016, I used my own camera and I videotaped this footage myself. So how is it now that you're claiming my video footage? I'm fully protected. I don't worry about it. But these are the little small tactics that they try, that they don't work. I have a copyright license, which I opened up with the federal government before I opened up my YouTube channel. I'm fully aware of all of the copyright laws in this country. But it just goes to show you that they try their little sneaky ways to suppress this type of information getting to you. But that's not going to work. It's not going to work. There's too many people out there that know exactly what's going on. And they're going to continue to report on it, just like me. If I go away tomorrow, there'll be 2 or 3 people behind me. Once again, I do want to let you know on Tuesday, coming up, we are going to have our physicist, who is a professional, doctor, PhD, master's, teaches at a university, more than 17 years, very, very smart. She's been conducting her own research for the past year on brown dwarfs, and she's been analyzing all of the information that's been out there, everything that she can gather. She's been writing research papers on it. She's going to be with us on a live stream on Tuesday afternoon at about 2 p.m. There will be an announcement. The show will be about 2 hours long. She's going to present some information, a lot of questions, hopefully a lot of answers. So make sure you look for that notification coming up for next Tuesday. And if you happen to miss the video, don't worry. It will be posted as a video. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to continue each and every day to try to find the truth. I think we deserve the truth. Make sure you have your notifications set up for any of the channels that you watch frequently. There's been a bunch going on in the YouTube community with people being unsubscribed and notifications turned off. So check all your defaults. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure your notifications are set up. If not, they're going to hide the information from you. This is Scott from the Nibiru channel, Planet X News. Thank you for watching. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Planet X News. This is Scott from the Nibiru channel. I'm going to be bringing you some information that was sent in to me today, and I'm finding it kind of odd that all of a sudden there is all of this talk and research and information actually being publicized by, I would call, token astronomers, people placed out there to divulge some of this information slowly, kind of like a pre-programming, because probably 95% of the world population doesn't know what a brown dwarf star is, but they're getting that word out there. Brown dwarf. Dwarf stars. So the article that we're going to look at real quick, it came out today, March 24th, 2017. And not only did this article come out, right below the article are several links. Kind of odd that all of the links that are provided at the bottom of this article all pertain to brown dwarfs. So let's just take a look at some of this because I found it very interesting. I really don't know what to think about it, but I did read the information. The headline states, astronomers identify purest, most massive brown dwarf star. And then once again, this is by Dr. Robert Massey. And naturally, you have the kind of reddish, rusty color, striped planetary object, spherical object, brown dwarf planet, whatever you want to